coming hours as well, and will adjust as need be.
Have they talked at all about legal challenges? Clearly, the president is set on doing all he can.
Right, and they at one point on the briefing, one of their senior advisors and lawyer Bob Bauer was saying, you know, the President Trump had threatened to send lawyers to the Supreme Court, but that has not happened, and that if it did indeed happen, he would be in for a very large defeat in the courts. The Biden campaign really believing that the law is certainly on their side here, and that they are going to win this just outright.
All right, Jessica Dean, the Biden campaign. Let's go to John Harwood, standing by in Washington, D.C. John, what are we hearing from the president?
Well, Anderson, we heard from the president the tweet that you mentioned with John King, where he claimed that his lead had magically disappeared in Democratic-run states with secret vote dumps and that sort of thing. Twitter flagged that as misleading for the reason that you were discussing with John King. It's not magic. They're not secret vote dumps. They're simply counting the votes. The problem for the president is last night he signaled a strategy of trying to stop vote counting. But now that Joe Biden has taken the lead in both Wisconsin and Michigan, Joe Biden is leading in states with 270 electoral votes. It's not a tenable strategy to try to stop vote counting across the board if your opponent's got enough electoral votes to win. So what the Trump campaign is doing, they outlined on a conference call today, is a cherry-picking, selective strategy of saying, well, the math works for us if we only count legally cast votes. So what they're going to try to do is keep counting in places where they're behind to try to make up the deficit. But in places like Philadelphia, where Joe Biden is making up ground, try to disqualify votes that would advantage him. The problem is, as we've seen from the 2000 legal battle between Bush and Gore, if you have the lead, that's an advantageous position. And if you're trying to have additional vote counts, it is disadvantageous to try to say, well, I want vote counting stopped here but not there. Remember, the Supreme Court threw out the Florida vote count on the grounds that it was being done in different counties in different ways, and that violated equal protection for voters. That's the same challenge that the Trump campaign is going to face if they say, well, let's keep counting in Nevada and Arizona, but stop the count in Pennsylvania as these mail-in ballots, which we all anticipated would favor Joe Biden, start coming in. And it's also worth noting, finally, Anderson, that the